Hey, this is Ihab. In this video I am going to show you how to edit a sky using few tricks such as the colorama effect and the just simple blending modes. So I have this video and I'm going to put it here full screen. So I don't like how the sky is really dull and sort of pale, or at least I would like to make it more colorful. So the first thing I'm going to do is name this original, then duplicate it and name this saturation, then duplicate it again and call this mask. So I'm going to go to the mask, go to the effects here, colorama. That's going to give me this wonderful look. But instead I'm going to go here to the output cycle and change it to ramp gray. With ramp gray I need to create two pins to create a triangle. So the first pin is going to be black, the second one is going to be white. The goal is to reach a silhouette, a strong silhouette that would allow me to mask out the white sky. So that looks good. Maybe, if I need certain amount of details on the branches, maybe I can modify this and get more of the details, refined details. So that looks great. Let me hide the original because I don't need to think about it for now. And I'm going to hide the mask and go to the saturation and go to the effects here, hue and saturation. That's definitely just one way to kind of saturate the sky. You can colorize it, you can use tritone if you want. You can try out with all the crazy things. If you saturate it too much, it would give you that sort of pixelation, but if you really have to get some of that effect where it's sort of really colorful, you can still push the saturation and then blur it out. But let's stick with this kind of saturation. And then I'm going to go here next to the mask and use the Stencil Luma blending mode, which would be masking basically those black shapes into a mask of, having a mask of black and white. And then I need to create a pre-composition to put these two guys in that composition, just to kind of keep things more effective and organized. So saturated sky. So on top of that, I am going to finally show the original. One thing you need to be mindful of is that you could get the same result using the multiply. But the problem with the multiply when you pre-compose is that when you go back to the main composition, it doesn't really transfer that effect. However, if you go and use the Stencil Luma, go back to the main footage, then you get this. If you want, you can also apply some blending modes here to get more saturation if you must. But in this case, it's not really working for the branches for me. One trick you could do, however, is that you could, if you like more saturation, you could duplicate this guy and apply multiply blending mode. It gives the same effect, a lot more kind of pixelation, but you could sort of either tone down those the opacity on it. Also, you could go in and tone down the saturation to make it kind of more subtle. Also, you could use different blending modes that, whatever works for the setup for you. Cool. I hope this helps.